Good morning, good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Hope all is well. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to my sports channel. Before I get started, I just want to remind you all to subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to me chat sports. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing well. Let's get right into it. Let's talk some college football. Let's talk about Caleb Williams because Caleb Williams has shined this season. He has been arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the country. There's a lot to like about Caleb Williams and what he brings to this USC offense. He's simply amazing. He's one of the most fun players to watch. He's explosive. He has that hyper athleticism. He's freaking good. And a lot of people they laugh because I said that he's the best quarterback in the nation. And I stand by my word. I think he is clearly the best quarterback in the nation. And the USC Trojans look to continue their quest for a national title. And they deserve to be up there with the big dogs. I think they have, put themselves in the spotlight. They have performed well on the biggest stage. And before anyone gives me that nonsense and that hullabaloo about USC having an easy schedule, well, you can only play what the schedule gives you, right? You can only play what the schedule gives you. USC, they only have one loss on the season. That loss came on the road in Utah against a good Utah Utes team that they will once again meet in the Pac-12 championship game. That was confirmed last night after Oregon's upsetting loss to Oregon State. Utah clinched the berth in the Pac-12 championship game. So now the rematch is set. And next Friday, USC will take on Utah. I think they will get them back this time. I think they will look to avenge their loss against them, and they will play with a vengeance. And, there is a lot at stake here. If you win against Utah, you could possibly end up with the number 4 seed. And I think that USC is deserving of it. If they do win, they deserve to represent the Pac-12 in the college football playoffs. I think they deserve that final spot if they win this game. Look, they took down UCLA. They took down Notre Dame, and they just have had a good year under their new head coach, Lincoln Riley. It's been an impressive year for him, and it's been an even better year for Caleb Williams. His quarterback is simply sensational. He's put up some gigantic numbers. He has risen to the occasion, and he continues to grow. He has commanded the offense. He has matured, and he has done everything he can to help his team notch victories each week. This guy is good, man. I'm telling you, this guy is somebody to really, really watch out for. He to me, Caleb Williams has thrust himself in the heart of Heisman debates. No question about it. No question about it at all. He currently belongs in Heisman conversations. If you don't have him if you're not talking about this dude and you're ignoring everything that he has accomplished this season, then you are simply biased. Or you just a true hater of this man, because this man has been remarkable. He deserves to be in New York as a Heisman candidate. He deserves it. And Lincoln Riley, his head coach, earlier in the year, if you guys remember, proclaimed that the future in Los Angeles would be brighter for USC. But he also proclaimed that in the future, and he declared USC would be the mecca of college football. I'm not ready to say they are the mecca of college football just yet, because you still got other teams in the country that's just as good. TCU is undefeated. you got Alabama still in the mix, even though they've been shaky this year and haven't looked like the same dominant Alabama that we're used to seeing because they have had self-inflicted mistakes and too many penalties. Nick Saban's team has played uncharacteristic football because they have looked undisciplined. You got Tennessee. They have been um, a fun team to watch as well. They have an exciting offense led by Hendon Hooker, and I know he's had some hiccups as well, and he was in Heisman conversations as well. So you have Tennessee, you have Georgia, who is a true definition of a powerhouse, led by Kirby Smart, who is a defensive specialist. So, they always put an emphasis on defense, Georgia does, and that's where Georgia can beat you with their defense because they come up with stops, they force turnovers, they make plays on the defensive side of the ball. Their offense is pretty good as well, but their defense is stout. Their defense is fearsome, and their defense is mentally tough, and they can basically take on anybody in the country. You still have Ohio State, even though they have one loss on the season. Michigan, of course. Michigan, to me, is one of the most complete teams in football. They showed that yesterday against Ohio State, the way they ran away and pulled away from Ohio State, particularly in the dominant second half. They just played a phenomenal ball game. And then you got great stuff from the quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, who made some big-time throws. Just playing decisive football. So there's other teams out there, but USC definitely deserves the respect from its peers, from analysts across the nation, from the football gods. They just deserve a lot of praise right now. I can't I can't say enough about Caleb Williams, man. His mobility, his incredible vision, his ability to extend plays, to keep plays alive, his quick, rhythmic feet, and his awareness that makes him a dual threat quarterback. And he's just amazing. This USC team is good. And there's a lot of promise on this team. And there are a lot of offensive playmakers on this team. And you saw yesterday why Caleb Williams is the Heisman favorite and only strengthened his case Saturday night when he completed 18 of 22 passes for 232 yards and a touchdown and a rush and he check this out and he rushed where did I pull that number from? He rushed for 35 yards and another 3 scores. Williams has typically shied away from any sort of Heisman discussion. That shows you how he thinks team first. Individual accolades second. He prioritized team goals over individual goals, which is something I like about him, obviously. And he's just doing whatever he can to help his team win. That's his primary focus. That's been his primary focus. But he has definitely put himself in Heisman conversations. No question about it. He has done enough to put himself in Heisman conversations. And honestly, to me, he's the best quarterback in the country. That might be doing a little bit too much, but he clearly is. He was pressured multiple times, able to scramble, able to elude the pressure because of his feet and his legs. And we saw it. It was all on display last night. He was able to evade pressure, was able to find his intended targets, was able to make plays. There were countless times in which he escaped pressure from the Notre Dame's defense and kept plays alive. You know, he fooled the defense on several occasions, made Notre Dame's defense guess, kept them guessing. You know, he was able to elude an Irish rusher when he spun out of a sack and rushed for a 3-yard score to put USC ahead 31-14. Not only does he have the arm strength, but he has the lateral quickness too, and he has nifty feet. He can make something happen on offense. I can't wait to see next week's game. I can't wait to see Friday's game. I'm excited about it. USC fought on. They fought on. This team is mentally tough. This team is well coached. Caleb Williams has weapons at his disposal. You know, so, I mean, USC, they deserve to be one of the top teams in the country. Let's not sleep on this Trojans team just because they play in a Pac-12 conference that not too many people care about. We all know that everyone embraces the SEC and the Big Ten. Those are the two best conferences in college football. But you can't ignore what the Trojans have done out here on the West Coast. You can't be naive. You can't turn you can't turn your eyes away from this USC team. You just can't do that. Because I think this team can compete against anybody in the country right about now. And Caleb Williams will be hoisting that Heisman Trophy by the time it's all said and done. It's his trophy to lose. I think he locked up the Heisman Trophy with his incredible performance last night at the Coliseum. I think he will go home with the Heisman Trophy this year because he is simply Heisman worthy. He is athletic. He is tough. And he has the tools to get the job done for his team. And he has done a terrific job leading the offense. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys take care. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. We'll talk again very soon. Peace.